Hello guys and welcome back to my packing review. I've been away traveling. I just made it back like 2 days ago. I haven't unpacked my bags yet and I was thinking I would do it with you so that I can go through what I used, what I didn't use, what you should not bring. Please don't bring as much as I did because I brought way too much stuff. So I was thinking we could just get started. So I brought 2 backpacks. I brought one 65 liters, but I changed with my sister, so I have one 60 back and also one 30-liter bag. So this 60-liter bag is from Haglöfs. It's a Swedish brand. It's called Oxo 60. I switched with my sister. I had a bigger one before, but we had a lot of different packing cubes and she had bigger packing cubes, so her packing cubes was better for her to put in my bigger bag. So I changed to the small one and I could fit like almost everything. This 30-liter backpack is from the Revolution Race, which is another Swedish brand. First packing cube that I couldn't fit anymore in my bag because I brought some things is all of my bikinis. So I brought a lot of bikinis and I brought definitely too many bikinis. So I will tell you guys which ones I have and how much I use them. I brought this bikini top that I was thinking I would use like a top. I never used that one. I brought another bikini top that I thought I would use like a top. Never used this one either. I actually got a free bikini top when I was in Hawaii. This one, I didn't get the bottoms because they wasn't for free. So this one I didn't bring from the beginning, but I haven't used it since I got it. I brought this black bikini, which I have used a lot. This is kind of my best bikini that I use for tanning. I brought a surfing bikini, which was black, high-waisted bottoms and a top. I think I used this one maybe 2 times in Hawaii, so not that much. I brought a long sleeve surfer top. I never used that one. I brought another bikini for surfing. This one I used like almost every time I went surfing. I really used that a lot, so I needed that one. I brought a swimsuit. Never used it. Or actually I used this once, I think. Yeah, I used this once when surfing. I brought another bathing suit. Never used this one. I brought another bikini. I never used this one. I usually do. I think it's really cute, but I had a lot of other bikinis that I used. I bought a bikini in Hawaii, which I used a lot for tanning. I also bought this bikini in Hawaii. It's more of a surfing bikini. I bought it secondhand. The other one I bought from stores. And this one I used maybe 3 or 4 times during my trip. I was supposed to be surfing a lot, but I had to be in the hospital for a while and I had a surgery, so I couldn't be in the water as much as I hoped. And this one I got from a friend. It's a basic black top. And I haven't used that one because I got it when I came to Stockholm. I also brought a dark green bikini, which I forgot in Hawaii, so I lost one bikini. I bought one bikini and I got 2 tops for free, so it kind of was plus minus. To take away, don't bring this many bikinis. I did not need. Maybe 1 swimsuit, I only wore it once though, and then maybe 1 surfing bikini. Maybe 2 if you surf a lot, and then maybe 2 bikinis for tanning or like every day. Don't bring these many. It was way too much. Now you know. Next up we have my little bag of underwear. I brought I think 14 or 15 pairs of underwear, which was a good amount. Like I could go 2 weeks without washing my underwear, which was super nice. I brought 2 or 3. These 2 I used a lot. This one I didn't use, so that one I was carrying around for no reason. I also had 2 pair of these socks and 1 pair of normal socks, and I think that was enough for my trip. I went traveling in Peru, Colombia, Costa Rica, Hawaii, and we did some hikes. We didn't do that many hikes, and I think my socks were enough for those hikes. Depending on if you want to do a lot of hiking or not, maybe you should get more socks. But I was fine with this. Bring a lot of underwear. It's always nice to have. Maybe not so many bras if you don't use bras. Next up, we can go into my packing cubes. They are not in that good of an order as when I packed them. I brought this hoodie, kind of, or it's not a hoodie, but it's like a thicker sweater. And I use this a lot. I used this a lot in Hawaii because it was colder there. Unfortunately, it was very muddy there, so like I stained this one a lot. Like I had to get a new sweater when I was there. So I used this one, it got very, very dirty and we didn't have good washing machines there. So I used this for maybe 3 weeks and then it was so dirty I couldn't use it anymore. And then I got this sweater from a friend in Hawaii. So then I used this sweater, also not the best color, but I had it and I was more careful. I had one sweater when I went, I came back with 2. Or actually I came back with 3 because in Peru they have these really cute sweaters that they make from alpaca wool, or they say they make it from alpaca wool, but I don't think it. But they have these very traditional ones and they are very warm and very nice. So when we were there in Peru, in Cusco, I bought one of these for like $15. So I went with only this one and I came back with 2 other ones. So these took up a lot of space in my bag in the end, but it was worth it because Peru was pretty cold, Hawaii was pretty cold, so it was good to have sweaters. To take away, maybe it's nice to have 2 pairs of sweaters. At least if you're going to countries that are colder or you're doing hikes and stuff, because then you would want to change around. It's very hard to just have one sweater when you're away like that. Except for that, I can see I have some bottoms in here. I brought this skirt that I was thinking I would use going partying. We didn't go partying that much, so I never used this skirt actually. And when we did go partying, I used like a denim skirt or something like that. So this was a little bit too fancy, I feel like. I brought 1 pair of jeans shorts, or I bought 2. This is the one that I used the most. These ones I used maybe 7 times or something. They're pretty tight, so I didn't want to use them when it was too hot and I didn't want to use them when we were doing too much stuff. So I used them when we were going out for dinner or for like an event or something like that. But takeaway, bring 1 pair of jeans shorts. I brought 2. Let me see where the other pair is. It's somewhere here, but I brought 2 and you don't need 2, you only need 1 pair of jeans shorts. I brought these sweatshorts. I really like this one. These are very light though and they got dirty like my 2nd day there. And we didn't have a good washing machine, so I didn't use them as much as I wanted to, but otherwise these are my go-tos. I brought another pair of sweatshirts. These ones I use more because these ones didn't get dirty in the same way, or you couldn't see that they were dirty. So when I needed something very comfy, I used these. You probably only need 1 pair of these. You shouldn't bring more. I brought this top. I never used it. I was planning to use it once when we went out partying, but I never did. Or actually I did once. I used this once, going partying. I brought this top. It's from H&M. It's super cute and pretty. I never used this once. It's kind of too pretty for over there. I brought this top. It's from Kapal. This one is a really nice top. Maybe I used it 5 times or 10 times. I brought this top. I did not use this top that much, and that's because it's have been shrinking in the wash, so it's like a little bit too small for me. It's a nice top though. It's a nice color, but yeah, I didn't use it that much. I brought this skirt, and this is my go-to skirt. I love this skirt. It's the best. It's like super comfy, super light, super not warm. I use this some travel days and I use this a lot when we went out like eating or something like that. So this one I use like pretty much every day or every other day. That's what happens when you go traveling. You find your garments or the clothes that you really like, and then you use them over and over and over and over again. So this one I really used a lot. I brought these pairs of shorts, which are super nice, super comfy. I did not use these as much as I did in Costa Rica when I was there last year, but I used these a few times, but they're super comfy, super nice. Maybe I should have used them more. And when we were in Hawaii, we bought a t-shirt because we wanted a little bit of a souvenir. So we brought this t-shirt from Vans. We had a discount there, so we bought this one that says Pipe Masters North Shore Hawaii, because that was where we were staying during the time we were there, and we thought this t-shirt was really cool, so we bought this one. I have not used it since I bought it, so maybe it wasn't the best one for traveling, but we will have it as a memory from Hawaii. So that was one packing cubes. I have 2 more packing cubes, or 3 actually. I brought too much clothes, so don't pack as much as I did. This one was another top that we bought at Vans when we were in Hawaii, so we bought this one and the other one I just showed you. I used this top maybe 2 or 3 times after I bought it, so I brought this long skirt, and this was used a lot. Like when it was a little bit chillier, when you didn't want to wear like these type of pants. Also this type of pants got dirty in Hawaii and I couldn't wash them. It didn't go away, so like every time that it was cold and I wanted something long, I used this one. So I used this a lot actually. Like this was my savior kind of in the colder weather. I brought 2 pairs of these. One from Decathlon and one from Björn Borg. And honestly, I only use these ones from Björn Borg. I never used these ones. I brought 2 from the beginning because I was thinking I was gonna work out a lot, and I was planning to do like group classes over there since I'm an instructor, but that never happened, so I kind of brought these ones for no reason. If you're only going there to like hike a little bit, not work out that much, I would suggest that you only bring 1 pair. I brought these shorts that are like a little bit more fancy. I never use those, so that was a waste. I brought 1 pair of long training leggings, and I use this a lot. Always bring 1 pair of long training leggings. It's super important. I use these hiking all the time. It was very necessary. When we were in Hawaii, it was super cold. I also used those when I was working in Hawaii because it was like super dirty. There were a lot of mosquitoes, so you wanted long sleeve, and we didn't have that much long sleeve. So when we got to Hawaii, we found these pants there. So we used them since we didn't have that many pair of long pants. And then also we brought them because we knew we were gonna be in Peru where it's gonna be a little bit colder, so we brought them, and I've used these a lot. I used this traveling home. I had these ones on because they're super comfy, and my linen pants, they got ruined, so I used these ones instead. I brought 2 pairs of sports bras. Probably you only need 1 if you're not gonna go hiking or training a lot. I use this one a lot. I use this one maybe 5 times. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 of those. Depends on how much you sweat. I brought this long training t-shirt mostly because I thought I was gonna use it when I was surfing to cover myself up, but I've ended up using this a lot, like every day when I was working on the farm, because it was, as I said, super dirty, and as you can see, this got super dirty. You wanted long sleeves because of the mosquitoes, so I used this a lot because I didn't care for it. I brought this t-shirt. It's a little bit longer, so it's good for a cover-up after the beach. I also use this when I was going on activities, like when we did sandboarding and stuff, so this was really good to have. I use this a lot. So bring 1 big t-shirt, you always need that. When I was in Hawaii, we had some friends that had their own company, so I got a t-shirt from them. This one, it's called Rebirth, the brand, and it's the same for the hoodie that I got in Hawaii. I got this, I use this quite a lot actually too, so it's always nice to have like 1 or 2 or 3 pairs of t-shirts that you can use whenever. Super nice, I really like this one. Okay, that was my 2nd cube for clothes. Let's go into the next one. As you can see, I brought too many clothes. Don't do this to yourself. It was so heavy to carry this around and I haven't used many of it. Let's continue. I brought a dress, a shorter dress. I used this dress maybe 2 or 3 times during the trip. I really like this dress. But yeah, if you don't go out partying a lot, you don't use a lot of those clothes. I brought this top, which is a training top. I actually never used this one, so this was very unnecessary. Over there, it's either really cold and dirty, so you don't want to use this kind of white top, or it's really hot, so it's like never in between kind of. So I never used this one. When I needed like a t-shirt to have, I used one of the ones I just showed you, like the ones in normal cotton. Maybe this was not the best color to bring because it's white and white gets dirty very fast. We did some second-hand shopping when we were in Pisac, and I found this shirt which I really liked, so I bought this shirt and brought it home. I used it quite a lot because I didn't have like any fancy long sleeve that was not too thick. So whenever we were going to dinner and it was not too cold, I could use this. But yeah, this one was super nice. I bought it for, was it like $7 in Pisac in Peru. So yeah, really like this one. When we were away, we went to a soccer game in Colombia. It was Medellin, and it was Medellin against another city there. So we went there and we bought these ones for, I don't even know how much, not much, maybe $10 or something like that. So I got that with me to bring home. So as you can see, like, you buy some things when you're there. You shouldn't pack too much from the beginning because you're gonna get things along the way. I brought this linen shirt, and this one I used quite a lot when I needed something to cover myself. So I would bring this again. I didn't use it like every day, but I used it quite some times. So it's a good item to bring. I brought this skirt. I used this one maybe 3 times during the trip. It's a nice skirt. I used this a lot when I was in Costa Rica the last time I went, but this time I didn't use it that much because I had other items that I used kind of, so this was a little bit unnecessary. When we were in Peru, in Lima, we did some second-hand shopping again, and I found this skirt, so I brought this skirt to bring home. I didn't use this one actually after I bought it, but it's a nice skirt and I will use it now. Here are my favorite linen pants. I use these ones a lot, and you can see that I did that because they are very ruined now. They broke and I couldn't use them in the end, so I had to use these black pants then. Well, hello again. As you see, it's another day. When I transferred these files from my camera to my computer, I saw that the video cut in half after half an hour of recording, so I missed a lot of things. So I'm gonna try to do it again. I think I have the pieces that I didn't get in the last one. So yeah, let's continue with this. I brought this one, or I didn't bring this one, my sister gave it to me when I was there, and I used this quite a lot when I was in Costa Rica, a few times. It's always nice to have like a crop top like this. I also got this one from my sister as well, another one of these, and I used these two like the same amount, I would say like maybe 4 times each or something like that. And it's nice, but maybe you should just have one of these. This one is really nice. It's from a brand in Costa Rica where my sister used to work, and I love the print. I love the print on both of them. As I said, the pants are broken. I am washing them right now, so hopefully they will not break more, and then I can take them to the modiste. Is that what you say? I just watched Bridgerton, so they say modiste, but that's not the correct word in modern English, but you know what I mean. I brought this denim skirt, and I use this one a lot. I used it for when going out, for going partying. Like, this was like my fancy skirt kind of. I think it's really nice to bring like one of these because this is more the vibe in Central and South America. People don't dress up that pretty. So I brought this one and it was used a lot. I brought another pair of jeans shorts. I never use these ones, so just bring one pair of jeans shorts. You don't need two. Definitely not. I brought this skirt, which I bought in Costa Rica last time I was there, and I used it a lot in Costa Rica, but this trip I didn't use it at all. Maybe because it has shrunken a little bit in the wash, so it's like a little bit too small for me now, so I didn't feel comfortable wearing it, so I didn't use it. So check that before you go also, that everything fits. But I really like the skirt, so that was sad. I had this black sweater with my friend's baby on it. I got this sweater or t-shirt just before I left, and I brought this one and I was like, oh, this is so cute, I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna wear it all the time. But then when I came there, I was kind of a little bit afraid that it would get ruined, so I didn't use it as much. So I'm sorry for that, Anna and Adam, but I didn't want to ruin it because it's so pretty. And I'm gonna use it here at home instead. So I didn't use this much, maybe 2 or 3 times. But it's so cute. Thank you so much for the t-shirt. Next up, I brought 2 of these long, or I brought one actually. I brought one of these long dresses, and then when I went home now, I was going to Taylor Swift, and my sister had a red one, and you know, everyone dresses for the albums, and there's a red album, so I wore this to Taylor Swift. So I just brought this one home, but I didn't have it in my bag the whole time. I used this quite a lot because it was pretty cold in Peru and Colombia, like at night. So it was nicer to have something long, and like I used this for parties, I used this when I was going to restaurants. It was nice to have one of these dresses. I didn't think so when I was packing that I would use it that much, but I really did. So every trip is different. I also had this long sleeve top, which is like very t-shirty. So I mainly use this one, and it's oversized. So I mainly used this one when I was hiking and I needed to put more clothes on. I didn't use it anywhere else. I was glad I had it because some days it was really cold. Like when we were going to Machu Picchu, I put this one on and it made me really warm. I brought this top, which is a long sleeve, more fancy top, and actually I never used this top because it was kind of too fancy and it didn't fit with my other style. It's not that thick, so it doesn't give you a lot of warmth. So like when I needed to be warm, I put on my hoodie or something like that. So yeah, I never used this one. This top I found in Hawaii when we were there. There were some girls before us that left some clothes and they left this top, and I really liked it, and so I brought it with me and I used it a few times. It's just a top from, I cannot see, but it's really nice. I also brought 3 black tops. One is halter neck, one is like high neck, and one is very much normal with thin straps. So I bought these 3. Or I brought these ones, and this one I got from my sister when I was there. But I would say I used them all very much, like the same amount. I used them for different occasions. This one I used more for like partying, going out. This one for like traveling, and this one also more like basic, but like in different situations. So maybe 2-3 tops are a little bit too much. Maybe you could go for 2, but I actually used them all. Next, I had this top that I never used actually. It's like a party top, and we didn't go partying as much as we planned to, and I don't know, it felt too fancy for some of the parties, so yeah, I never used it. Here is another top that I got from my sister. It's a halter neck. She gave it to me when we were in Hawaii. I really didn't use it that much. I really like it, but I think she had it in her bag and I forgot about it kind of, so I didn't use it that much, but super nice. Okay, I think that was all of the clothes that I brought. I'm not 100% sure because now I put some in the wash, so maybe I will come back another time with the last pieces. But some other things that I brought was a small towel that I use for my face, and I use this quite a lot. I used when I didn't get a towel in my accommodation, so this was really nice to have, and you can just wash it and it's like new all the time. That was a good packing item. I brought one rain jacket. This is a McKinley rain jacket, and I used this maybe 3 times because we were really lucky with the weather, so it didn't rain that much, but when it rained I really needed it, so bring a good rain jacket because you're gonna need it sometime. In Hawaii we got some merch for the surf competitions, so I got this hat from the Sunset Beach competition, and I think it's really nice. I don't use caps that much, but maybe I will start with this one. It's a nice memory anyway, so I brought it home. I have this one in my bag. I did not bring this from the beginning, but my sister did, and it's like a really thin bum bag, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna throw this because I don't need it anymore. And I was like, no, don't throw it, you can use it. She was like, no, I never used it. And I was like, yeah, you probably use it sometimes. So I took it from her, and I've been carrying it around for maybe 2.5 months, and I have never used it. So don't bring this tiny of a bum bag if you aren't the person that only brings a few stuff, like going hiking or something, because I always use this one instead, because there I could fit all of my things. So I don't think this is a necessary item. I bought a bag when I was in Colombia because I felt like I wanted a nicer bag that I could use when I go out, and I bought this one. Unfortunately it broke, so I will try to fix it someday. I bought this for maybe $15, and I used it quite a lot until it broke. It broke when I was in Stockholm just a few days ago. Next up, I had this little compartment with a lot of small things. I had like an extra pair of sunglasses. I had like these little things. I had more of these, but some of them broke, so I had to throw them away. I had 2 of these. This is the big one with like the refill stuff, or like the bigger stuff that I don't use every day. If you want to see what I have in here, you can go and check my pack with me. I have not changed anything in here. I did bring some makeup, and I'm really happy with the makeup that I brought because I used it all most of the times. So I brought mascara, I brought things for my eyebrows, I brought a concealer, I brought powder, and then I brought contouring that I also used for eyeshadow. So this was the makeup that I brought, and I don't think you need a lot more if you don't have really bad skin. I do have bad skin, but still I didn't bring it. I brought 3 pairs of nail polish, and actually I never used it, which I was a little bit surprised about, because last time I was away I used nail polish a lot, but this time I didn't. I think mainly it was because when I got to Hawaii we used our hands a lot, and I had nail polish when I got there and it got ruined, and I was like, it's no point putting new on, and then I kind of just forgot about it. So this trip I didn't use nail polish. Sometimes I do. I have this small compartment of jewelry with me. I did not change my jewelry that much either this time around. I changed a few times. So if you're a jewelry person, maybe you should bring one of these. If you're not, don't bother, because you're mainly gonna use the same ones as you have on all the time. I did bring electronics. I had a lot of different cords, different chargers. I had one extra spare phone. I didn't have to use it, which is really nice. I had like a dry bag in here. I never used it, but the day we actually needed one, I couldn't find it, but our friend had one, so it's always good to bring one of those. I also had like my charger for my computer and charger for like different things, my headphones, yeah, everything in this bag. For shoes, I brought 3 pairs of shoes. I brought 1 pair of trainers, and I use this a lot. We were hiking a few times, so I used these ones then. I never use these ones for like every day because it's warm over there and I don't really like wearing socks and shoes that much. I also had these shoes. These ones are slip-ins. I did not use these ones as much as I thought I would. I used this when I was traveling because I could wear socks in these. But otherwise, I didn't use them much at all because they're like not pretty enough to have to the restaurant. For my next trip, I would probably get a pair of Birkenstocks or something similar instead, because those you can actually use to a restaurant. Also, I bought these pair of flip-flops, and these were like the shoes I used the most. When I left, I had another pair of shoes with kind of this setup, but they were more like Birkenstocks, and they broke like my first week there, so I had to get new ones. And then I got flip-flops, and yeah, I really like these flip-flops. I've been using them like every day. These are my go-to. Really comfy, easy. So yeah, those are the shoes. Except for that, I brought my computer, which I used a lot. I brought my camera and my camera bag, and I did not use it as much as I intended to, but still I needed it, so of course it was a good thing to bring. But yeah, I think that is kind of all that I brought that I need to review. The conclusion is that I brought way too much stuff. I could probably have brought half of the stuff, and that would be too much stuff. So don't overpack. Try to really slim it down. Only bring the things that you know you're gonna use. Don't bring a thing that you think, oh, this would be nice to this outfit, or I can use it only with this, then you're never gonna use it. Bring comfy, nice things that you really like and that you feel comfortable in, because that's the most important. But yeah, this was what I used for my travels in Hawaii, Costa Rica, Colombia and Peru. I know every trip is different, so it's really depending on where you're going, how the climate is, what you need to bring. But yeah, this was my review, and I hope it has helped you with your packing a little bit. If you have any questions or something, just hit me in the comments. And please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, it helps me a lot. And thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, hopefully, on my new travels. But until then, enjoy life.